Good morning, everyone. This is episode 11 from the Hippie Life Brain podcast. I just was a couple of days on the beach, and I was watching all the generation that you meet on such a beach, from babies to grandparents. Everybody's there mixing and having discussions and telling tales, and you watch them, and the subject came to me. I want to talk about getting older, or ageism, like they want to call and write about it in the newspapers and the blogs and in the economical paper, or as some call it romantically, growing older. But let's face it, it's you, me, anybody else getting really older. And if you are like me, a baby boomer, then maybe you had a couple of relationships, a couple of breakups, maybe you've been lied to, or you lied to someone, or you were cheated on, or maybe you cheated. Maybe you were married and you're not anymore. Maybe you have children. You probably had a couple of jobs. You probably traveled a bit or a lot, and you had a lot of experiences. You tried probably a lot of stuff. You went to different kind of food. Maybe you went to the I'm gonna eat all white today, or you went vegetarian full speed, or you went flexitarian. I'm just gonna try a little bit. Or you tried a different religion or a spiritual path. You went to Zen. I'm telling you, sitting hours on a cushion is really, really tough on my bones. Or you went to Hinduism and you bought an Indian guru, a god or goddess. Try that too, but went to the ashram for a couple of weeks, and after a couple of days I wasn't seeing the point of being waken up at 5 o'clock in the morning and sing Hare Krishna for a couple of hours. But I did it, and I can only urge anybody who wants to try to go and try. But try the real stuff. Go to India, because anything else is not a real ashram. But in an ashram, funny, you'll see that everybody is very possessive of the place he has in the meditation or in the yoga room. It's like people at the beach putting their towels on the sunbeds very early in the morning because they want that specific place. Yeah, that's also happening in a very peaceful environment, and trust me, they are not so peaceful anymore if you take their spot. And maybe you tried yoga, and then you realize you're not that bending really, and it's really hard. Or maybe you are too much in pain. And even if the yoga teacher tells you it is comfortable pain, no, sorry, it's not really comfortable pain. I can push my limits, but there's a point where it's not pain anymore. So you've tried this and maybe more, and if we want to talk relationship, maybe you were in love with someone who liked his job or car or phone or friends or fitness hours more than he did love you. Maybe you were in love with a drug addict or someone who was abusing and using substances for all kinds of reasons. Or maybe you were in love with a criminal, or worse. Or maybe you were profoundly in love with a freedom fighter. And you ended up writing emails to an inmate in a godforsaken jail, in a godforsaken desert. And probably ended up on a watch list in different countries. And who knows, maybe even on a no-fly list. Or you just tried to heal somebody because you thought you were going to save him. But there was too much to do. And maybe you saved him or her, but you lost yourself in the process, and it nearly killed you. But you're still here, and you've collected all these moments and experiences, and I truly believe we are the sum of our experiences. So what happens to us now? Well, now, if you're lucky, you're still in your job and you're trying to hold on to your desk and your chair and hope to make it to retirement. That is, if you are going to get any retirement money or any pension at all. But you'll see the young one coming in, and they're afraid of you, and you're afraid of them, because you're not as fast, you're not as agile as they want you to be. But sometimes, let's say, we don't want to be as fast because there's no point in running. Why don't you think first? But yeah, all the apps are different, the voices are different, the language are different, the music is different, the clothes are different, and for some of them, I think it's a good thing. But we are praising integration, we are praising diversity. But funny enough, we're not praising our age differences. We are creating gaps, whether in society, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, and we're all really getting nervous about this. And some of us can't handle the fear and becomes hate, and we know where that goes, right? But let's assume you're going to get a retirement money, and sadly there's a good chance you won't have enough money to live properly, because you won't have a house, you won't be able to pay your debts and your mortgages, and nobody will give you a mortgage after a certain age. Yeah, we need to talk about age. And there are so many more things that are going to be so difficult for you. And I'm not even talking the body pains you're going to experience, because I'm going to bring it to you, ladies and guys, who are maybe listening to this podcast. One day you're going to wake up and you're having a pain in a place you even didn't know you had a pain there, or it could be that painful. But it's a bit like a car. You know, it runs, good, fine, well, and one day you go and want to start the car and it doesn't work. Exactly like this with your body. Okay, some of the sicknesses and illnesses come in time are genetically in your genes, and there's not much you can do except you can try to eat somehow properly, you can try to do some exercise, and you can try to sleep. Also, it helps a lot. But, you know, maybe you will get sick. And for the younger generation who's maybe listening here, a lot of the people you're gonna cross and you're gonna meet, they're all fighting some kind of pain and illness. And I'm telling you, there are days where even lifting a hand is a nightmare. Okay, I see some of you smiling and laughing. Watch out, because the wheels are turning. So if you see someone who's walking slowly, a couple of reasons. He or she may enjoy the view. He or she doesn't have to hurry and speed up to go nowhere. Or he or she is having some kind of pain moving around. So, number one, give them a break. If you need to go somewhere fast, go pass by. Don't try to make them hurry up, because you're the one in a hurry. Don't try to push them when they're going somewhere or they're in front of you, because how many emergencies do you have in your life, right? So, the same if you're going to a clothing shop and you have reached a certain age, even just for baby boomers. It looks like, depending on our age, we're supposed to say the right things, do the right things, dress in the right way, listen to some music, go to certain places on vacation, drive a certain car. It's like you want to label people and you want to give them a permission card to live according to those rules. Well, you know what? A lot of us are going to live a lot longer than before. And there is a chance we may have some money, a little bit, or we at least have a lot of time. And we can do this. We can experiment new things. How many of you have a bucket list? How many of you have tried some of the items on your bucket list? I've done a few. No, I've done quite a lot. But there are still things I think I want to do. And I know there are many more experiences I want to have. More things I want to do. Maybe I want to learn another language. I want to go back to university. I want to learn dancing, something else, some other dance which I haven't done yet. Maybe I want to go skydiving, or maybe I want to go and know how to make goat cheese. Kidding, for most of it. But what I'm saying is, we want experiences, and we need experiences. If we don't have them, life is going to be really boring, and you want some kind of fulfillment in your life, okay? So to come back to the story of the clothes, imagine I go into a shop. It's actually a lingerie shop, an upscale one. And I wanted to buy some stuff for me and a friend of mine. I walk in the shop. A lot of people are zooming around. It's like a bee's nest. So I go to the table trying to choose some stuff, and a lady comes to me, and she was probably like 50, not sure, around, let's say plus or minus 5 years. And she stops next to me, and there was no hello, good day, welcome to our shop, have a great day, can I help you? None of that. You would expect that, right? Common stuff, basics. No, she said to me, we have nothing for you. I went like, what? Sorry, repeat that again, please. And she says, we have nothing for you. So I looked at her name badge. I said, listen, your stuff isn't that really cheap. I can afford this. I am going to buy something. I can buy anything I want, anything I can pay for. You are not here to tell me there is nothing for me, because if you don't want someone like me, then why don't you put out a sign, the same one that says, dogs stay outside. Say anybody above 24 stays outside too. And I said, look at me, because in a minute somebody will come to you from your team and they'll talk to you about how you're going to be welcoming customers after me. So I went to another table, bought my stuff, went back home, wrote an email to the HQ of that company, of that brand. And 10 minutes later, I got a reply from one of the directors saying, we are so sorry. Of course, we want you in our shop. And of course, we should have a comforting and nice customer experience. Yeah, that one was crude. And we hope to see you soon again. So to say, don't tell me what I can or cannot buy, what I should or shouldn't buy. Because if I can pay for it, then you know what I can do? I saw that on the beach. You see a lot of people, all of them wearing different bathing suits, having of course different shapes of bodies, and some of them not really taking care of the bodies, but hey, you know, their lives, not mine. Who am I to judge? But again, everybody's getting judged and is judging others. And I remembered an advertisement I saw the week before about this amazing woman in a bodysuit. She must have been, I don't know, 50 plus, had amazing gray long hair. She looked voluptuous and beautiful, and she was proud of herself. And then I saw the comments online about that woman by men and actually by women, sadly. And they were outraged to say, she shouldn't be wearing this, what a shame, it's like my mother would go out like this. And I'm like, we are sending women to the moon, women are working at the spaceships, women are flying your planes, but still you wouldn't want her to wear a bodysuit? She can wear anything she wants. If you don't want to watch her, look somewhere else. If you don't like the way she talks, put your headphones on, your headsets, listen to your music. If you don't want to look at her, go somewhere else, don't talk to her. If you don't want to be around, there is enough space. Keep walking. But don't infringe anybody else's freedom. Someone said to me, my freedom starts where yours ends. Exactly. I can do anything I want in my 1 square meter, in my life, in whatever I want to do, as long as I'm not hurting anyone, right? Well, that applies for you and to anybody else. We are very quick to judge. We are very quick to say, oh, we know better. No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless there is a danger to that person, give that person a break. Let her grow old so that she can have a fulfilled life, collecting experiences, having great moments, having the time of her life if she wants to, if she can have it. I'm honestly very happy when I see people having fun. A nice, really amazing fun. It's like I saw this young girl a couple of weeks ago in a small village. She was just walking by. I don't know, she was 5, 6, 8, who knows. And she was singing and dancing on her own. She was coming back from school. And I'm like, this is pure happiness. Nobody's told her you cannot behave like this. You have to walk. Your hair has to be tied up. And, a lady doesn't walk like that. Oh, please. She was so happy. She put a smile on my face. And if I want to go and dance crazy, let me be. Let me shake off my emotion. Let me shake off my stress. Let me just be happy. Because you know what? The more of us are going to be happy, the less insane this world's going to be. So if we are all growing older in a better shape, be it physically and mentally, it's a win-win for everybody. Don't muscle our brains or muscle our freedoms because you don't like them, you don't like what we do. I always say start with yourself before you go and, take care of others. A very dear friend of mine, a songwriter and a poet, said, imperfection reveals the soul. And I think this is it. So allow yourself to be imperfect. Allow anybody else to be imperfect, because perfection doesn't exist. It's a myth, okay? And it's one that you own and that anybody else has a different idea on it. So be imperfect, be happy, but just be yourself, no matter what age you're in. And if you want to change, then be it. Praise your freedom. If you are in a country where you can be free in that way, we are blessed. So this was my pep talk for today. I wish you a great summer or a winter, depending on where you are. And grow older in a happy way and leave anybody else be. Thank you for listening to this episode. And this was the Hippie Life Brand Podcast. I hope to see you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye.